let's do a podcast or whatever we're doing here. My name is Brandon Ponke, and this is Clipped. This is a ridiculous little setup. I really like it. Drinking some Mountain Dew, talking about MMA. I don't know if you're allowed to say that you talk about UFC, but yeah, freaking inaugural show. It's just gonna be little clips of different topics. This one's just kind of gonna be talking about what we're gonna be doing. This is I used to do a podcast called On the Button with my good friend Ben Moffitt, but he moved to Grand Rapids. We both got different jobs, different schedules. Lives got weird. We started doing stand-up comedy. Just there was no way we were going to be able to keep that show going. So this is just to spew all of this MMA stuff out of my head. Realistically, it is UFC. And let's just start right there. I'm so sick of people telling me. So who's fighting in the is it MMA or UFC? What's the difference? Is it both the same thing? No. So like MMA is the I just fucked it up already. MMA is the sport. UFC is like the elite of it. Like MMA is football. UFC is the NFL. Does that work? Maybe like MMA is porn. And UFC is like Pornhub. Is that better? I guess Bellator would be Brazers. I don't know. It's more of the grizzled vets. Anyway, I'm just kind of breaking down the idea of the show. This is weird. I just like hearing my own voice. That's why I do stand-up comedy too, I guess. We're just having a good time. Yeah, I am hopped up on Mountain Dew and clearly tired. I look like I was in a fight myself. I know. Why are you listening to the guy who looks like he just smokes weed? Talk about fighting like he's ever done it. Because I wanted to talk about it. Don't worry about it. Coming up, we got Dan Hooker versus Paul Felder. That's a monster mashup, man. And I have no freaking idea. We got to meet Paul Felder, me and Ben, when we were this was the night before UFC 218 in Detroit. And he was just such a nice dude, man. And, so Felder has won 7 of his last 8. And I want to say, Hooker has won 6 of his last 7. So this is, like, big deal, lightweight. Like, who's going to be right in the top contention for whatever happens with Khabib and friends. Getting a shot at lightweight title. It's a great fight too, man. They can both stand and bang. They both have. Look for Hooker's, like, his knees are terrifying. What he did to James Vick was scary. Felder is a brawler, man. He's been through some wars. On the ground, man, I almost want to say that Felder's a better, like, wrestler, but Hooker will use his long legs and look for submissions. That's gonna be a great one, man. It's I have no idea. It's Saturday. It's earlier because Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder, right? I don't box. I don't do boxing. This isn't what the show is. But that's a big deal. So I think it's an earlier card. Like the main card is like 7 or 8 o'clock. So that they're all like, here, have your MMA, and then go fuck off and have the pay-per-view for the boxing. If I had to pick, I would take. Boy, that's tough, but I would take Felder because in my head, and this is a wild fight. Who can really tell? Why are we predicting? Maybe just because it makes it interesting to see if I'm right or absolutely wrong. To me, Hooker would probably have a better chance of finding the knockout, just with more ways, like kicks and knees. He can throw some massive elbows, just combinations. Felder's a little bit more straight to his, he's got great kicks, a little bit more of a boxing prowess. I see Felder grinding out a decision. I think it's a great fight. I think he gets hurt a couple times, but I think Felder looks really good on Saturday. So, yeah, that's my pick. Felder decision. This has been clipped. Did I even say the name of this thing? I don't know what's happening. It's been a long week. I got shows tomorrow and Thursday and Saturday. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Dealing with YouTube, and you guys have to look at me. That's interesting. I don't know. I just didn't want to go through all the hoops of audio podcasting again. I was done with that. We'll see. I might go back to it if this is even more difficult than I think it's gonna be. But it's clipped.